Hello students, I am Mrs. Aradhana Ambre, teacher in mathematics from Ferguson College. In last session, we learned how to construct the truth table for the given statement patterns. In today's session, we'll continue with the same so that we will be able to use these truth tables to prove the logical equivalence between the two statement patterns in mathematical logic. So for that, we move over to the PowerPoint presentation. In today's session, we will continue with exercise 1.1, question 1. The question is, construct the truth table for the given statement pattern. You can see there are only two statements involved here, PQ, though they are repeated. And the connectives are negation, then implication, again negation, and negation, implication, negation. For your reference, I'll just mark them once again for you. Negation, implication, negation, conjunction, negation, implication. So in total, we have two statements PQ and 7 connectives. That means our truth table for the given statement pattern will have 9 columns. Okay, so this is the concluding part. The truth table's 9 columns will look like this. The first two will go for the prime components PQ. Now for the statement pattern, the third column will be allotted for the bracket, because first we have to simplify the bracket. But inside the bracket we have negation Q. So column 3 is for negation Q. There is a typing mistake, I have corrected it. So column 3 is for negation Q for this round bracket, then column 4 for negation Q, and in column 5 will be the bracket negation P implies negation Q. Now actually when I say the number of columns depend upon the connectives and the statements, you can see there is a second round bracket, but negation Q is already been taken care in column 4. So if you want to add that column once again, no harm in doing that. But since already negation Q column exists in column 4, I am not going to write it once again. Similarly, negation P column also exists in column 3. So instead of again writing the column negation P, negation Q, I have avoided that repetition, and that is the reason by default, yes, there are 9 columns, but 2 columns are already in repetition. I am not going to use them. So actually my truth table will have only 7 columns, and the 6th column will now go for this round bracket, negation Q implies negation P, and the last column 7 in this case will be for this entire statement pattern. See, I have drawn the 8th and the 9th column, but I am keeping them empty. Why? Because I already have column for negation P and negation Q, that is column 3 and 4, which I need not repeat. The choice is yours. If you want to repeat to match the number of columns with what the information is giving, the choice is yours. But my suggestion, avoid the repetition of writing the same column. That will save the time in the exam. There are only now 2 statements PQ. So we know there will be only 4 entries per column PQ. For P, there will be pair of T, pair of F. For Q, alternate TF, TF. Column 3 for this bracket negation P will be opposite of column 1. So negation of T is F and negation of F is T. Similarly in column 4 I have negation of Q, that is negation of T. Again here negation of T is F and negation of F is T. This is a very simple straightforward negation rule that I have used. Now in column 5 I have negation P implies negation Q. Now for implication we all know only TF combination is F. T implies F is F. So entries in column 5 will be TT, FT, because all other entries in column 5 will be T except this entry of T implies F as F. Now entries for column 6 will read from negation Q implies negation P. Now that means I have to take my arrow from 4 to third column, reverse. So 4 to third column, only this TF entry is F. Only this entry will be F. All others will be T. You can check it out over here. Yes. So please be careful. Implication मध्ये तुमचा कॉलमचा सिक्वेन्स चुकवायचा नाही, हे लक्षात ठेवा. TF फॉर 5 कॉलम 3 to 4 होता आणि 6 कॉलम साठी तोच रिव्हर्स झाला 4 to 3. म्हणून इम्प्लिकेशनच्या एंट्रीज लिहिताना खूप केअरफुली पेन किंवा पेन्सिल किंवा तुमची बोट वापरणार असाल ती केअरफुली वापरायची. फॉर 7th it is now the 2 brackets, that is column 5 and column 6. column 5 and means दोन्ही जर T असतील तरच व्हॅल्यू T येणार आहे. कुठे कुठे आहे? Here and here. Both are T's, so those will be entries as T, rest will be F. That's all. That is how you will conclude the truth table for the given statement pattern. I'm keeping 8th and 9th column empty. I've also given you the explanation for that. So actually I took this example to make you understand that if the column is repeating, you need not write it. And with this, now we have the homework from exercise 1.2. I have solved all other sums from question 1. These are the 4 sums that you have to complete. You can note them down. Question 1. Now we use this construction of truth table to prove the logical equivalence in logic. What is the meaning of logical equivalence? That means 2 statement patterns should be logically equivalent. What is the meaning and the definition or the rule for that? This is the rule. Logical equivalence is basically written in the symbolic form as A and B. Between them, 3 parallel lines are used. Please note, equivalence symbolic form is 3 parallel lines. And 2 statements P is equivalent to statement Q if their truth tables are identical. Okay? If the truth table for the first statement pattern and the truth table for the second statement pattern is identical, we can say that the 2 statement patterns are equivalent. These 2 are the best known equivalences which will help us to simplify the sums where without using the truth table you have to answer the question. So the first equivalence is known as implication law, and which is P implies Q equivalent to negation P or Q. Second is biconditional law, that is P if and only if Q is equivalent to P implies Q and Q implies P. You have to remember these 2 equivalences, by heart them, write them 10 times, but remember these equivalences. Now how to prove the left hand equivalence means what? The left hand statement pattern is equivalent to the right hand statement pattern. That means the truth table for this and the truth table for this should be same. Similarly, truth table for this and truth table for this statement pattern should be same. So logical equivalence firstly can be proved using the truth table. Let's go for the example based on that. But before we go for the example, why not prove these 2 equivalences as a practice? Let's study now. Yes, we have to prove this conditional law or implication law. P implies Q is equivalent to negation P or Q. Construction of truth table is not at all difficult. Only thing that we save our time, instead of constructing 2 different truth tables for LHS and RHS, because they have to be shown as equivalent, we construct the entire equivalence in a truth table like this. See how simple it is. It has got only 2 statements PQ. You can see from left hand side and right hand side equivalences, only 2 statements are there. Now While solving the problems on the equivalence, please note you have to count the statements on the left hand side also as well as on the right hand side. Only once if they are repeated. So only P and Q are repeated. So first two columns will go for PQ. Then third column will be for LHS. That is P implies Q. On the right, in the fourth column, before we write the negation P or Q, first we have to take negation P and then the column for negation P or Q. Otherwise, what you would have done in the normal case, truth table for P implies Q will look like this. This is one truth table. And then negation P or Q truth table will be P statement, Q statement, negation P, and again negation P or Q. This truth table. Okay. Now what is common between the truth table? These two columns are same. So I'm not repeating I'm not writing, there is no need to write the two different truth tables. Column 1 and 2 are same for both the sides, LHS and RHS truth table. So make them common. So only extra column will be this, this and this. So what I have done, I have combined the two different truth tables into one, the way I have written it on the slide. Is it clear to you? Okay. Now, statement pattern pramane apan jar gelo, entries for P and Q will be 4 because only two statements are there. Now I'm not writing the details because I'm just explaining to you how the equivalence is proved using the truth table. Okay. So truth values of P are TTFF, values of Q are TFTF. P implies Q means we all know only T implies F is F. Okay. And then negation P is opposite of T is FF, opposite of F is TT. And negation P or Q means what? 4 or 2. 4 or 2. So only F or F is F. F or F. Here it is in the first row F or T, which is T. Only F or F is F. All others you can see are T. Now, I have combined the two truth tables into one. Then how can I conclude whether the left-hand side statement pattern is equivalent to the RHS statement pattern? Obviously, by comparing the respective concluding columns for the given statement patterns. LHS statement pattern P implies QA, which is given in column 3. And column 5 is allotted for the statement pattern negation P or Q. Now, the two statement patterns are equivalent by definition if their truth tables are identical. I don't have the two truth tables, I have only one truth table. So how do I conclude? Entries in column 3 and 5, you can see, are same. T, F, T, 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 F, T, T. So how do I conclude? Conclusion is very, very simple with reasoning. Columns 3 and 5 are identical. Therefore, P implies Q is equivalent to negation P or Q. See how simple it is. Instead of preparing two different truth tables, we combine them in one truth table, and the columns allotted or indicating the respective LHS statement pattern and RHS statement pattern, if they are identical, you can conclude that two statement patterns are equivalent. Now please note, question comes for 3 marks. Maybe 1 mark will be for this LHS column, second mark will be for RHS column, and third mark will be with reasoning the conclusion. Without giving the reasoning, do not ever conclude your answer for equivalence, because we are using the definition for the equivalence as their truth tables are identical. Since we are not using two different truth tables, we are using only one common truth table. Now we have to use the identical columns to conclude that the statement patterns are equivalent. So the steps that I have written on the slide are very, very important and mandatory. Do not skip them at all in any case. Let's go to prove The second equivalence, that is by conditional law, P if and only if Q is equivalent to P implies Q and Q implies P. Now, ज्यांना कोणाला सवय नाहीये ट्रुथ टेबल पटकन विचार करून करण्याची, त्यांनी कसं शॉर्टकटमध्ये करता येईल मला मी सांगते तुम्हाला. दोनच स्टेटमेंट्स आहेत, तो रफ मध्ये जरी तुम्ही केलं तरी चालेल. पी आणि क्यू पहिले दोन कॉलम्स झाले. देन तिसरा कॉलम येणार आहे पी इफ अँड ओनली इफ क्यू तुमच्या LHS साठी. राईट हँड साइड स्टेटमेंट पॅटर्न मध्ये वी हॅव 2 ब्रॅकेट्स. सो फोर्थ कॉलम विल गो फॉर द फर्स्ट ब्रॅकेट, फिफ्थ कॉलम विल गो फॉर द सेकंड ब्रॅकेट, and sixth column will go for 4 and 5. Okay, this is how also you can work out the working of the columns for the truth table on your own, and you can prove the equivalence. Let's see. I'll erase this. The first 2 columns for only 2 statements being used go for PQ. Third column goes for the left hand side statement pattern, which is straightforward, no bracket inward, that is P if and only if Q. Then fourth column goes for the first bracket of the statement pattern on RHS. Remember, this is your LHS of statement pattern, and this entire thing is RHS. Out of this is the first bracket, then the second bracket, and the conjunction between them. Now, writing the truth values will be done based on the hints for the connectives. Before that, note that there are only 2 statements P and Q. So there will be 4 truth values for P and Q. And what are they? They will appear by default in the first 2 columns as TTFF and TFTF. Third column entries are for P if and only if Q. We all know both T's, both F gives us T. Rest all are F. P implies Q. P implies Q means what? I am using 1 implies 2. We know T implies F is F. Now where is it? Yes. Only this row has T implies F. So that is F. All rest entries in column 4 will be T. Now for 5, Q implies P. So that means I have to take 2 implies 1. Now I will read the values from column 2 implies column 1. So T implies T, F implies T, T implies F, F implies F. Which combination? Yes. T implies F is F. All rest are T. And the last column is 4 and 5. And means what? T and T is T. Where do I get? Only here. Rest all are F. Now I have left hand side statement pattern in column 3. I have right hand side statement pattern in column 6. You can see the entries in column 3 and 6 are identical, and therefore I can conclude by saying that columns 3 and 6 are identical. Hence, P if and only if Q is equivalent to P implies Q and Q implies P. One more example. This is also another important equivalence, and I have taken it because there are 3 statements involved. Let's see, but I have completely given you the truth table and you have to just understand it quickly. Left hand side statement pattern is P implies Q or R equivalent to P implies Q or P implies R. You can see from both the sides, count the statements only once. 3 statements P, Q, R. Then fourth column will be left hand side statement pattern, that is Q implies R. Then P implies Q, R is our LHS. Now go to RHS statement pattern. There are 2 brackets. You can see P implies Q. Second bracket P implies R. And the last column will go for P P implies Q or P implies R. Before that, I have given you the counting of the statements, the connectives, and the number of columns in the truth table. Okay, so try to understand on your own what I have written instead of me telling you, and I will only now explain the truth table quickly. 3 statements, so 8 truth values. For P, 4 T's 4F. For Q, pair of T, pair of F, pair of T, pair of F. For R, alternate TF, 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 TF. Now, column 4 is Q or R. Means what? 2 or 3. Q or R means what? Only F or F. Now count from column 2 or 3. Where do you get F or F? Here. Where do you get F or F? Here. So you can see only here you have 2F. All rest entries in column 4 are T. Now column 5 is for the entire statement pattern on the LHS, which is P implies Q or R. So it is nothing but here in short I can say it is 1 implies 4. Now what is the implication hint? Only TF is F. Only TF is F. That's all. Nowhere you have T implies F combination from column 1 and column 4. I'm not going to make this red scenario on this slide, but try to understand only one single combination TF is F, rest all are T. In fact, looking at the table, you should be able to complete the entries in all the remaining columns. But I'll explain it to you. For column 6, P implies Q means what? I have to take 1 implies 2. And what do I have to use? T implies F. Where is my T implies F? Yes. T implies F is F. Again, T implies F is F. Nowhere we have T implies F in column 1 and 2. So all the entries in column 6 are T except these two F. Now I'll erase everything. It's looking very clumsy. And I write the values for column 7. P implies R. P implies R means what? 1 implies 3. Where is my 1 implies 3? Here. This is T implies F. Here again T implies F. Nowhere else. You can see T implies F is F. T implies F is F from column 1 and 3. All rest of the entries in column 7 are T. You can see that. Now entries for column 8. Entries for column 8 is column 6 or column 7. I'll erase the previous notations. 8 is nothing but 6 or 7. Or means what? Find out from column 6 and 7 where do I have F or F combination. Only here. Only one F or F, which is F by the hint for the disjunction. All the rest entries in column 8 will be T. So I have completed the truth table for left hand side, right hand side. How do I compare left hand side and right hand side? For the equivalence, column 5 indicating LHS statement pattern, column 8 indicating RHS statement pattern are identical. Each value, see, each value in the respective positions are same in both the columns, not at random. Please note that. Equivalence मध्ये दोन्हीही concerned किंवा related column मधल्या प्रत्येक 2 entries सेम पाहिजेत. Randomly चालणार नाहीत. Now I can conclude that column 5 and column 8 are identical. Therefore, P implies Q or R is equivalent to P implies Q or P implies R. पुन्हा एकदा रिपीट करते मी, समजावून घ्या. आधी पण मी सांगणार होते पण पुन्हा एकदा रिपीट करते. इक्विव्हॅलंट जेव्हा तुम्ही प्रूफ करणार आहात तेव्हा कॉरस्पॉन्डिंग कॉलम मधली प्रत्येक रो मधल्या एंट्रीज सेम हव्यात. टी इथे असेल तर इथे पण टी हवा, इथे टी असेल तर इथे पण टी हवा. ही एंट्री टी आहे तर ही पण एंट्री टी आहे. इथे चुकून एफ आलं तर इक्विव्हॅलन्स नाही, लक्षात ठेवायचं. इथे एफ असेल तर इथे पण एफ हवा. टी असेल तर ह्या कॉलम मध्ये पण त्याच रो मध्ये टी हवा. टी असेल तर परत टी हवा. टी असेल तर परत टी हवा. चुकून इथे एफ आला आणि इथे टी आला तर लक्षात घ्या की तुमचं कुठेतरी कॉलम 5 मधली एंट्री लिहिताना चूक झालीये, म्हणजे इक्विव्हॅलन्स झालेला नाही. सो यू हॅव टू टेक केअर ऑफ दॅट. रिमेंबर दिस हिंट व्हेरी वेल. Students, in this session, we have used the construction of the truth table to prove the logical equivalence. In the next session, we will continue with the same. Till then, bye. Thank you.